All steam ahead for Juventus as Luciano Spalletti and the bianconeri travel to Cagliari, looking for a third consecutive win in Serie A and keep them within touching distance of the top three. Looking to stop the bianconeri train is Cagliari, who are yet to win in 2026, with the Castello looking over their shoulder nervously as the bottom three creep ever closer. Fabio Pisacane was in the matchday squad when the Islanders last beat the bianconeri, but all the odds are stacked against Pisacane's team, who have only beaten Juventus once since 2010. And ahead of kickoff, a moment's silence in memory of Rocco Commisso. It is Juventus who get the ball rolling in this match. The bianconeri looking to make it 3 Serie A wins on the bounce and once again close the gap with Napoli, Milan and Inter above them. For Cagliari, they've only managed to beat the bianconeri once since 2010. That was back in July 2020, the COVID year, when Fabio Pisacane was in the matchday squad for the Castello in that match. All the momentum is with the bianconeri at the moment. Cagliari will have to be at their very, very best to beat Juventus. This Juventus, which has been a team transformed under Luciano Spalletti. Kalulu. Locatelli back to Bremer. Cup miners. David's gone down. Kalulu wins the header. It drops to Miretti. And the penalty is awarded. No hesitation from Davide Massa. There was a challenge on Fabio Miretti. And if the player making the challenge didn't grab the ball, he certainly grabbed a bit of and Davide Massa is going to go and have a look at this himself. The last replay, the one that was really slowed down, showed that it was Miretti who kicked into Mazzitelli rather than Mazzitelli kicking into the leg of Miretti. Yeah, that confirms it. And we were told at the start of the season by Gianluca Rocchi and the refereeing body that these kind of fouls would not be given anymore this season. Let's listen in.
Di revisione, il numero 4 del Cagliari non commette un fallo, è in vantaggio sul pallone e il numero 21 colpisce il numero 4. Decisione finale, calcio di...
So it's a free kick that's been given to Cagliari, no penalty in favour of Juventus. Not secured in terms of qualification to either the playoffs or the knockout stages of Europe's top competition. That's given away by Miretti. Gaetano. Cagliari with a rare foray forwards here. Palestra stopped by Cambiaso. Kept it in, Cambiaso. That's really good play. Yildiz. Just shows how good that is from Yildiz. A couple of players warming up already for the bianconeri. But considering the upcoming matches in midweek, you would imagine that Spalletti is going to allow, as Miretti goes for goal, and Caprile looked pretty confident that that was going wide. Ambitious attempt from Fabio Miretti. Said it in the build-up to the game, there's a really important run of fixtures coming for Juventus in Serie A. Napoli next, and Parma, Lazio, Inter, Como, Roma. Over the coming weeks, as Yildiz drifts forwards and keeps on going, picks out David, drops to Miretti, took a deflection, and Caprile was in the right place to make the save. Yildiz spins away from Palestra, goes down, and he's going to be shown a yellow card for diving here, Kenan Yildiz. Well, if it is a dive, it's the correct decision from the referee. Too often we see players go to ground looking for a foul, looking for something, and simulation goes unpunished. I don't think it's a foul on Palestra. This will be a better angle for us to see whether or not he throws himself down. And he does. He does. You do feel that this is a game where Juventus need a little bit of speed and punch down the flanks. It might accelerate the introduction of Conceição. Given away by Cambiaso, Kilitsoi. Runs into traffic, Kilitsoi. And there goes the half-time whistle. A cagey first half of football here. The Unipol Domus Cagliari have seen very little of the ball, but they've also defended very well. Kenan Yildiz shown a yellow card in the first half for diving. And Fabio Miretti had a penalty awarded in his favour that was then overturned by VAR. Juventus need to up the tempo, need to create more if they want to get the better of Cagliari. More the same from the Casteddu's perspective. At the break here, Cagliari 0, Juventus 0. Luciano Spalletti and his players struggling to create opportunities. They had a penalty overturned, they had a strike saved by Caprile, but other than that, very little happened in the first half as Cagliari defended with everybody back. Possession massively in favour of the visitors. Cagliari get the ball rolling in this second half, but are Cagliari going to be able to hold on to this point so far? Pisacani's players barely attacked in the first 45 minutes. In fact, it was almost as if it was an afterthought. First and foremost, secure. David trying to drag Mina out of position. Yildiz. Mina steps in. And that's a really good ball to pick out Kilitsoi. Kilitsoi. Bremer with a first challenge. Kilitsoy still in possession. And it's found Esposito, who draws a save from Perin. And now it's a Cagliari corner. Their first of the game. Kelly. Gaetano and Adopo colliding. Momentarily opens things up for Yildiz and David. And now Cambiaso. David. Palestra gives it straight to Locatelli. Now Kalulu. Bremer, Locatelli. Keeps his wits about him, the Juventus captain, Miretti. Very similar to what we saw in the first half. Juventus just camped outside of Cagliari's penalty area. Miretti. Oh, why not from Miretti? It's not like he had much better options available to him. It might take. Cambiaso, long way out, but why not? Caprile ensures that that didn't get past him. Save you'd expect him to make, but there were plenty of bodies in front of him. Kelly has a go. Adopo intercepted by Yildiz. Yildiz still going. And still going. Very nearly a special moment from a special player. He's just so good. Whenever he has space, he can make the difference. Gaetano. Volleyed home! Brilliantly by Mazzitelli. What a goal by Luca Mazzitelli. Cagliari have barely threatened, but they've been solid defensively. And it's not the Bianconeri who have produced the one moment of quality in attack. It's Mazzitelli. To hit it that way on the volley as it's dropping towards him, you need so much control, and it catches Mattia Perin completely off guard. That is an excellent finish. Cambiaso, David. Cup miners, Zegrova. Kalulu fizzes it across. And Caprile gets something on it. Yildiz. Another cross by Yildiz. Luperto was watchful. Idrissi behind for a corner. All of a sudden with wide players and with a little bit more. Kalulu. Bremer wins the header. David. And it's dropped to Bremer. David! Didn't get enough on the header. And it was off target anyway from Jonathan David. It's those kind of chances that the Juventus fans want Jonathan David to take, need Jonathan David to take. Yildiz, McKennie, Adopo, Zepedro clears. Where was this pressure from Juventus when it was goalless? Yildiz, Kelly crosses the line and goes out of play. Bremer. Zegrova. Zegrova's seen a lot of the ball since coming on, but he's consistently had a player on his back. Yildiz, McKennie, Yildiz. Great feet from Yildiz. Yildiz! He's the one. He's the one who surely can change things for Juventus. Mina's down. Has a tendency to go down in the late stages of games. Zegrova. Bremer. Yildiz fires, deflection off the post, and when it doesn't want to go in, it won't go in. Shake of the head from Yildiz. It's off Jerry Mina and off the base of the post. Cagliari survives somehow. Zegrova. Cup miners. No runners on that header, held by Caprile. Conceição. Comes off Aubert. Openda couldn't get enough on it. It was slightly above him. Conceição. It's now or never. Conceição. Cross comes in. Headed away by Mina. Referee's given the goal kick. Surely Cagliari have won this. They have won it. A remarkable performance from Cagliari. They've done it the Italian way. Il catenaccio. A defensive performance that'll go down as one of the very best this season. And the performance that was clinical in every sense of the word. Cagliari scored with their only shot on target of the game. Fabio Pisacane with the biggest win of his young coaching career. Final score, the Unipol Domus, Cagliari 1, Juventus 0.